Hi, I'm Maria Fagan Hassani, and I'm coming to you today to talk to you a little bit about my creative process in terms of writing one woman shows. I've written two now. The first one was Conversations with Bev, Connecting to My Better Self, and I premiered that at the Fringe Festival here in LA in 2022. And now, subsequently, I've written my second one woman show. Who knew I'd ever would do that? But it's called Atypical Grace, and I'll be premiering that on Sunday, December 15th at 7 o'clock at the Zephyr Theater as part of the Solo Star series. I've made myself a little bit of notes here, so I make sure I remember all the names of everything and tell you everything I want to say. So excuse me if my eyes are moving to grasp my notes and make sure I tell you everything. But my back to my first show, Conversations with Bev, that was a show about one of my beloved mentors, Bev, who still guides me to this day. And we have a great relationship. She is no longer here, but I still hear her voice, and she guides me in many conversations, hence the title of my show. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to write that show and honor her. And I made a lot of mistakes. Given it was my first endeavor, I learned so much and I made a ton of mistakes. It was too long. There were too many characters. It went in too many different directions. I struggled to memorize it because even I couldn't remember where I was going in the next step. I still feel like Bev's voice came through loud and clear, and I look forward to someday when I'm done with Atypical Grace, having the chance to go back and rewrite that and have it just follow one storyline and be clearer and be an even better a tribute to her. But without that first show and all the mistakes that I made and the great experiences that I had, I would never have had my second show. And I tell you, I never thought there would be a second show. I thought it was going to be one and done. But my second show, Atypical Grace, is a tribute to not only my years of experience in education, but all the families that I have worked with. I'm an educational therapist, which means I work one-on-one with kids who have learning challenges, learning disabilities. And my work with them includes the families as well as allied professionals, occupational therapists, speech pathologists, RSP teachers in schools, you name it, I work with them. And I've worked with hundreds of families, hundreds of kids. And because of that experience, I was able to make an amalgamation of all of those experiences and create some fictional characters that go through some of the similar experiences that kids and families all over the world go through when they learn differently or don't learn in the same way that is typically taught in the classroom. My endeavor with this show was to educate audiences about learning challenges, about learning disabilities, and the struggles that these kids and families go through, and to help them also understand that just because you learn differently does not mean you can't do anything you want to do. These struggles don't have to be a barrier. Sometimes initially they are, until you understand how you learn and can overcome it and find a way to get the information to yourself in a way that works for you. And that's only initially, and then you can move on and do the great things in your life that you want to do. So I feel so lucky and honored to be able to honor these families, their struggles, their triumphs, and to be able to educate audiences about that area. And also, in terms of my creative process, this was a tricky one because I did want to honor the families that I'd worked with, but I also want to honor their confidentiality and not bring you their story. That's why I walk the line of bringing common themes that happen for kids and their families and educators and professionals who work with those kids to the forefront while not telling you any one person's specific story. All the characters had to be created as though they were characters and fictional. They don't really exist in real life, but rather they're a combination of all the best qualities of those families and kids that I've worked with. So that was the line that I walked. And once I got the idea in my head of how I would combine everything and got the characters made, and there's far fewer this time. I think there's only about 12 instead of 25. I was able to then bring the stories of those fictional characters to life and and have the entertainment aspect of one woman shows, but also the education aspect of it, so that I can educate the world about learning disabilities. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you're in town, and or interested in this show, just a reminder, I'll be at the Zephyr Theater on December 15th, Sunday at 7 o'clock, as part of the Star Solo series. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care. Bye bye.